Cats the Jellicle Ball is a new take on Andrew Lloyd Webber's classic, Cats, set in the world of ballroom.
Cats the Jellicle Ball has turned into a sensation. It is just amazing, the response to this show. Why do you think this show has caught fire like this?
Cats the Jellicle Ball has caught fire because it is revolutionary. And we have been taught to fear revolution. But this is the revolution that we need.
Yes.
This is the revolution that's been waiting on the horizon. This is the paradigm that's going to rid us of the great pall that's now infecting the entire globe.
How deeply personal does it feel for you?
I got involved with this project because the co-directors, Zhailon Livingston and Bill Rauch, said to me, "We need you." And I said to them, "Only if you promise that I can be the vanguard of the next revolution."
Ooh.
And they said, "That's exactly what we want."
A lot of Broadway audiences know nothing about ballroom culture. What do you want them to know as they walk in the door?
Yeah, ballroom culture, and kind of our tag phrase for this show is "Come One, Come All," is about coming into a space where people take their chosen identities and elevate them to the highest level and celebrate them in community, in competition, in ritual, and it really is kind of the greatest joy bomb I can offer to the city, I think.
When you were first conceiving of this show, what were you hoping to bring to audiences?
I think that people want to be in spaces that are inclusive and that celebrate all of humanity across all our differences coming together. And so whether you love cats or you think that you hate cats, or whether you know a lot about ballroom or you've never heard of ballroom, whether you're young, whether you're old, people from all walks of life come into that room and they are part of a community that is full of love and that is inclusive and is really joyful.
When you were thinking about what the look of this show was going to be, what were you drawing from in terms of your inspiration?
Their feline fashion is what ultimately is authentic, still feels like New York City, but also just is like part of the competition of the world. You know, all of these incredible artists are vying to be Jellicle Choice, but also they all have spent so much time, to be able to really be creative and innovative. And so I wanted to bring all those elements into the design and still honor like our past, the heritage and the legacy of New York City ballroom and how it's really shaped fashion.
When you were first conceiving of how this show was going to move, 'cause this is a real dance show.
Yes.
What were some of those conversations like?
Stamina, the levels of complexity of movements, how much dancing it would be because it is a lot, and on their bodies, because Voguing is a full body dance, and how could they sustain it for 8 shows.
Where did you draw your inspiration from for the movement? Because one of the things I love about this show is how you have really homed in on the individuality of each performer.
Our vision was to make sure that every category was represented the right way. Not every category is heavy movement based. There's an instinct, there's a feeling, there's an intention behind it that is ballroom. And we wanted to make sure that that is also musical theater. The theatrics of it all, the theatrics of both worlds needed to coexist and merge together.